Hello everyone, welcome to Physics Tutorials. My name is Ganga Bhavani. This is session 2 in kinematics. In this session, we are going to discuss about motion of a particle in a straight line, motion of a particle in a straight line with constant acceleration, and about freely falling bodies. Let's see how will be the motion of a particle in a straight line. Let's take a body or a particle which is moving in a straight line. Let's say a car is moving in a straight road. Choose the straight road as x-axis. Generally, the origin is taken at the point where the car is situated, that is t equals to 0, 6. Let's say x is the position of the car at time t equals to t seconds. So, the change in position of the car is nothing but dx by dt. So, we can write the velocity of the car v equals to rate of change of its position. It's nothing but v equals to dx by dt. So, the acceleration of the car is equals to rate of change of its velocity. So, dv by dt. Instead of v, if we substitute dx by dt, we can get the resultant as a equals to d square x by dt square. If dx by dt means the change in position of the car is along positive x-axis, then the velocity and the acceleration of the car is also positive. If the dx by dt means the position change of the car is along negative x-axis, then the velocity and acceleration of the car is also negative. Here, the magnitude of v, that is nothing but the speed of the car, depends upon the direction of the velocity and acceleration of the car. If velocity and acceleration both are positive, it's nothing but the speed of the car is increasing. If velocity and acceleration of the car both are negative, then the speed of the car is decreasing. If the speed decreases, then we say that it is decelerating. Deceleration is nothing but negative acceleration. Let's say an acceleration of 40 meter per second square along positive x-axis or towards east is equals to deceleration of minus 40 meter per second square towards west. So deceleration is nothing but negative acceleration. Now let's see a motion of a particle in a straight line with constant acceleration. Let's say a car is moving in a straight line with a constant acceleration, means with a uniform acceleration. So, the initial velocity of the car is u at t equals to 0, 6, and the final velocity of the car is v at a time t equals to t seconds. So we can write the acceleration of the car a equals to rate of change of its velocity. So if we rewrite this equation and apply the integration process, we can get the resultant as like this. Here u is the initial velocity at t equals to 0 seconds and v is the final velocity of the car at time t equals to t seconds. So if we evaluate this, we can get the resultant as v equals to u plus at. Let's see. Let's say this is equation number 1. And in this equation, instead of v, if we substitute dx by dt, means it's nothing but rate of change of its position. So we can get dx by dt equals to u plus at. And if we apply the integration process to this equation, here 0 is the position of the car at t equals to 0 seconds and x is the position of the car at t equals to t seconds. So if we evaluate this integral, we can get the resultant as x equals to ut plus half at square. Let's say this is equation number 2. Again, from equation number 1, that is v equals to u plus at. If we square this equation on both sides, we'll get the resultant as v square equals to u plus at whole square. So if we apply a plus b whole square formula to this term, we can get the resultant as v square equals to u square plus 2ax. So these three equations, those are equation number 1 v equals to u plus at, and equation number 2 x equals to u2 plus half at square, and equation number 3 v square minus u square equals to 2x. These three equations are also called kinematic equations. By using this equation, so we can solve the problems of a particle which is moving in a straight line with a constant acceleration. And in these equations, here x is the position of the particle. It's not the distance traveled by the particle. there is a lot of difference to the position and distance traveled. Let me tell you, for example, let's say the car starts from the horizon O and it goes up to 40 meters and then turns and stay at 20 meters. Now the distance traveled by the car is 40 plus 20, that is 60 meters. But still the car is at 20 meters. It's nothing but the position of the car. So there is a difference between position and distance traveled. And here the initial velocity of the car and the final velocity of the car, and here u is the initial velocity and v is the final velocity and a is the acceleration of the car, and these may be negative or positive, depends on their direction, and similarly x may be positive or negative. Another best example for this motion with constant acceleration is freely falling bodies. Let's say a ball is dropped near the surface of the earth. It falls along a vertical straight line, means let's choose that vertical straight line as a negative y-axis, means it's falling towards the earth. So the ball is accelerating downwards, and the acceleration of the ball will be equals to the acceleration of the earth, that is nothing but acceleration due to gravity, a equals to 9.8 meter per second square. And here the initial velocity is u and final velocity is v, and acceleration a equals to z. If we choose positive y-axis, then the acceleration of the ball will becomes negative, because we have chosen vertically upward direction. It's nothing but positive y-axis. So along, if we choose upward direction, the acceleration of the ball uh, will be away from the earth's acceleration, means the ball is moving away from the acceleration. So a will becomes minus g. So if we apply this if we substitute this initial value and final values of a ball in kinematic equations, we can get the kinematic equations for a freely falling body. Let's see. V equals to u plus gt and y equals to u2 plus half gt square, and v square minus u square equals to 2gy. These are the kinematic equations for a freely falling body when we choose negative y-axis, means when the ball is moving down. And if we substitute same values like v equals u minus gt and y equals ut minus half gt square and v square equals to u square minus 2gy. These are the kinematic equations for a freely falling body when we choose positive y-axis, means when the ball is moving up. So like this, the acceleration of a ball, it may be positive or negative, depends on the direction. So these are the kinematic equations for freely falling body. Hope you got clarity about motion of a particle in a straight line and when it is moving with a constant acceleration, and about freely falling bodies. And by using these kinematic equations, we can solve the problems for freely falling bodies and the motion of a particle in a straight line. So hope you like this video. See you soon in the next session. Thank you.